Hello all and welcome to Hijax747, a channel dedicated to Pantheon Rise of the Fallen. If you have any questions, please visit pantheonmmo.com. I thought I would do a streaming kind of format today just to... What the? Who the heck are you?
I am the crit commander. No one crits as hard as I.
Why are you here? I'm trying to make a video. I don't appreciate...
I am the crit Honey, I already took out the trash. No, I'm talking to my friends. Leave me alone.
Okay, Crit Commander, we get it. Just because you're on the interwebs doesn't mean you can act like a total jerk. Internet karma's real, bro. You actually sound pretty silly acting all tough. Your room looks fantastic, though. Your wife must work hard.
But I am the crit commander.
We really don't care. The world is changing. Tough guys like you don't get attention they deserve. I understand. How'd you get my video anyway?
I was going to stream a tutorial of how to apply lubricant to the sensitive areas due to armor chafage. I must have crossed the streams. I am no internet wizard like my boss. You may have heard of him, the reckless magician.
Oh, you're a Gurkha. Tower Seraph, no doubt.
Enough questions. What are you doing here?
Well, I was going to show the importance of pledging to Pantheon Rise of the Fallen so that my community can enter Terminus sooner.
You shall not. Please, honey, stop vacuuming. It's so annoying. Can't you go read a book or something? All of you, please pledge. Anything to get me out of the house more often. You may proceed, peasant.
If you're quite finished. Alright, well, I'm going to get back to what I originally was set out to make this video about. The three different tiers of pledges. The first one is supporter pledges. That's going to be anywhere from the $50 to $150 mark. The first one being the Watcher's Pledge. That is $50. It gives you unlimited supporter access, which is actually the access to the forums. You get a digital copy of the game, early name reservation, and a game title of Pantheon Explorer. Some thoughts on just this package itself. $50, guys, is not that much to spend. When the game launches, we're all going to probably spend the $50 to try it out anyway. So by doing this a little early, it just ensures that when that time does come, it'll be sooner. So I really like the $50 Watcher's Pledge, especially if you're on the fence. Maybe maybe you don't buy coffee for 2 weeks. Skip out on Starbucks or something. But anyway, $50 is not much. I understand some of us are strapped. I have a child and a wife and all that good stuff. So I think you guys can swing it. I think if we all kind of put a little extra money in, we'd get to see this game a little sooner. The early name reservation is nice too. There's been multiple times where I'll put in a name that I plan on playing and somebody's already taken it in some of these games. So just something to think about. I think that's the one I'd push the most for the most amount of people, kind of the general push I would make. Now, for some of you guys with a little more money, they have the Keeper's Pledge here, which is $100. That would give you forum access. It would also give you beta access. So at this point, some of the higher tiers will give you alpha access. Beta access is going to be amazing as well, guys. It's going to get you in the game early. It's also going to give you 2 copies of the game. So again, you're not really wasting too much money, especially if you and your wife, you and your friend plan on playing. Maybe you guys could pitch in together, get a Keeper's Pledge, or maybe you want to be really nice and give it to your buddy that you want to play with. I think you really can't lose with these copies of the game because we'll probably be spending that money anyway. Again, you get the early name reservation, you get the Pantheon Explorer game title, and you get an additional character slot. Now, we don't know what they're starting out with, but if you plan on playing this game as much as I do, another character slot is going to be amazing, especially for you alcoholics out there. I've kind of run out of slots on P99, so I have multiple different accounts. Just because, given the amount of time that I would play a game like this, I'm going to max out characters frequently, if you will. So, anyway, something to think about. Now, it also gives you a stack of minor illusion flasks. Again, more of a vanity item, if you will, but it seems cool. The Explorer's Backpack. I don't know how crucial backpacks are going to be. Is that a low weight pack? Is that a 0 weight pack? Is that a pack with a bunch of slots in it? What have you? Really excited to see what that might be. Tunic of the Ages. Again, I don't think it tells you. Doesn't really tell you what it does. But anyway, we got some. Hopefully, it's a good-looking tunic. Anyway, and then a keepsake vanity pet. I'm not much of a pet guy myself, but I know some of you guys out there are super pet fans. You want to kind of collect them all, if you will. Okay, moving right along, the Protector's Pledge, which is $150. This is kind of stepping it up a little more, but I don't know about the renaming. So let me get into it first. But $150 is going to give you forum access, going to give you beta access, going to give you 2 copies of the game. You're going to get the Pantheon Explorer title. You get the additional character slot. You get all the vanity items we talked about earlier. But it will also add a Ring of the Fallen. Again, no idea what that does and what that is, but if you have $150, I assume it wouldn't be a bad purchase. Now, 5 item renaming vouchers. I'm kind of curious to see what that's all about. Is that a globally, you rename everything, or is that more of a, I want to call my my rusty short sword Sting or something like that. But either way, I'd be excited to see what it is. But I think the meat and potatoes of it is going to be, again, just helping the team get this game released sooner. With 2 digital copies of the game, you're really out about $50. And, but with all these extra perks, it's a nice pledge. So then we move right along to the Champion Pledges. Champion Pledges are going to start at $250 and they're going to go up to $500. Now, this is where you're going to get the alpha access. If any of you guys did not pledge earlier, because they have changed the pledges a little bit, if you're kind of late to the pledging game, if you will, this is going to get you alpha and beta access. So I know it's a lot of money, $250. I probably couldn't swing that without saving for it or what have you, just because, again, I'm not a winner in the game of life, but quite yet. But I'm rich in family. Anyway, so you're going to have unlimited champion access, which will be a different tier of the forums, it looks like. You get alpha and beta, which is the biggest thing, I would think. Alpha is going to be coming out soon, and the more we get money into them, the sooner it's going to come out. You get the early name reservation, you get the 2 digital copies of the game, you get the extra character slot, you're going to get a lot of vanity items, you're going to get, your name is going to appear in the game credits. Now, that's an interesting one. That's something I would maybe take a screenshot of. I don't know how many times I'm actually going to be looking through the game credits, but it also gives you a 3-month game subscription. So that's going to be probably what? So let's call it $15 a month. So that's $45 plus the 2 digital copies of the game. So again, you're probably throwing $100 for various items, renaming kind of the more vanity stuff. And you get the alpha, the beta, and 3 months. So you're really not out too much. I think even that's a good, it's a good pledge if you got the money. I would look into that for sure. The Advisor's Pledge, we move on to $300. This gives you unlimited champion access again, alpha access, beta access, early name reservation, 2 copies of the game, additional character slot, a lot of the same vanity items. You do get the renaming vouchers, the game credits, appearing in the game credits, as well as a 3-month game subscription, and you get invited to the Founders Guild. Once again, if it's just a guild tag or whether it's something a little more robust, I remember in Star Wars: The Knights of the Old Republic, there was that weird cantina that you could go up into, and you could only do that if you were some sort of, I don't remember what actually restricted you from that, but I know you had to pay up or something like that. Anyway, maybe that's a building we can only go in if you're a Founders Guild member. I don't know, but we will find that out. I think it's a great pledge as well. Next is the Perceiver's Pledge, $500. We're getting a little steep. I could buy a super duper graphics card for that money, but let's just run through it real quickly. You get alpha, beta, champion access to the forums, 2 copies of the game, additional character slot, a lot of the vanity items. You get 5 renaming vouchers. You name in the guild credits. You get invite to the Founders. Now you get the digital lore and art book. That's kind of where I was going with this one. And an in-game nameplate icon. So, digital lore and art book, that I would love some coffee table reading like that. In case any of you guys buy this, invite me over. And the in-game nameplate icon, I could only assume that'd be some sort of badge that would be near your nameplate while you're walking around. Again, more of a vanity item, but pretty sweet. I'll definitely notice when those guys run by. Hey. So now we're getting into the things that I would think if you're going to spend this kind of money, you probably have already looked into this game. You probably know more than potentially I do. But if you have this kind of money, people, lifetime game subscription in the 10,000, better. Anyway, if you look into this category, guys, you know, a lot of vanity items. You're going to get pre-alpha testing access, those kind of things. We are wrapping up on pre-alpha sessions, so I think this is more of people who want to really be in on the ground floor, and I assume these people have already started. But if you have the money to do this and you want to throw this at this game, more power to you, because it's only going to result in all of us as a community getting to play this game sooner. So to wrap it up, guys, I'm tired of babbling about it. I'd love to see you guys throw some money at this game so this game can come out sooner. It can be better when it does come out. For all those people out there that might be kind of on the fence or thinking that maybe this might be another version of vaporware that you've already thrown money at, I know how you feel. I've been doing it for a decade as well. All I can say is, for me, I've looked past that and hopefully put a little bit of faith in the name of Brad McQuaid himself. Not to discredit any of the other developers. They've been amazing too. But Brad McQuaid has a lot to lose here. He's got his name on the line. He's got a small company he's starting. Other titles that have released, like Vanguard, EQ, what have you, they've always had backing. They've always had people pushing to try to get this game out sooner so that their investors can get their money back. None of those excuses are going to fly. So if this one turns out to be a real big flop, I think it's not only going to crush the company, but it's going to crush us in the future from investing in games that Brad McQuaid puts out. So I'm not trying to put a lot of pressure on Brad, but I think there is a decent amount on it. I think a lot of the excuses are not going to fly anymore. And having said all that, not to be negative, I think this game is going to be amazing. I think he's going to come through with flying colors. From what we've seen already, it's crazy good. I would play it like it is right now. And I can only imagine when Project Fairtale comes out. So anyway, thank you guys for listening. I appreciate your time. Let's see if Captain Crip Pants up there has got anything to say. And you guys have a good rest of your day.